I guess people are.
Is it on?
Yeah.
Should we wait a couple minutes?
No.
No.
We don't do that.
All right.
We'll start.
You just let me know.
We tell everybody to turn around. Just start.
Good morning. Good morning. Today we celebrate Passover.
Thank you for being here today. And you guys already figured it out. We want you all to face forward, even though your backs will be toward us when it's time to eat. So thanks for that. This holiday means a lot to me personally. It's a holiday I've celebrated all my life, and it connects me to my parents and grandparents. Traditions bond us together as a family. And today, you are that family to me. And you guys actually are that family to me.
We have come together this morning for many reasons. We are here because spring is all around, and the earth is reborn. It is a good season to celebrate with family and friends. We are also here to experience the Jewish spirit and to appreciate Judaism's historic roots as part of our own UU tradition. We are here to remember an important story of liberation of the ancient Hebrews from slavery in Egypt, a great struggle for freedom and dignity. We are here because the struggle for freedom never stops. We are here to remember all people who are still struggling for their freedom.
The first 5 books of the Christian Bible, we share with Jews, and that first 5 books is called the Torah. The Torah states that Jews are to observe the holiday of Passover for 7 days. The first night always includes a special meal called a Seder, which we are observing today. The word Seder means order, signifying the particular ritual order of instructions, explanations, blessings, and stories that are laid out in the Passover Haggadah, the booklet for the meal. Haggadah translates to the telling, referring to one of the most important aspects of the Seder, the recitation of the story of Exodus.
The Hebrew word for this holiday is Pesach, which means Passover. It refers to an episode of the Exodus story on the night before the Hebrews escaped slavery, when the angel of death harmlessly passed over the homes of the Jewish slaves while bringing sorrow and tragedy to their Egyptian taskmasters.
The spirit of Passover, bringing people together to retell, relive, and reenact this specific historic escape from bondage, allows all of us an opportunity to think about freedom. Throughout time and place, the shackles on bodies and minds have prevented individuals and groups of people from making the most of their lives.
The Haggadah connects the traditional customs with a text that provides opportunities for everyone at the table to share their own search for freedom. It welcomes people from different places, ages, beliefs, and nationalities to come and share in the Seder. Traditional Haggadahs have evolved over time to include other stories and the struggles for freedom, expanding our understanding of the original story of the Exodus from Egypt to make the Seder experience ever more inclusive.
We gather together at Passover to celebrate the liberation of the Jewish people from slavery in Egypt more than 3,000 years ago. There is both inspiration and meaning in this telling, whether we see the struggle as a historical part of our roots or as a metaphor for all who strive to be free. So at the ends of each table are boxes. They're called tzedakah boxes, which Rich is going to explain what that is. But that's our offering, our donation. So we're going to have you pass that around, but first Rich is going to explain.
All right, as Janet hinted, we are going to pass out the tzedakah boxes. But the literal no, here we go. Tzedakah is a Hebrew word that is commonly referred to as charity. But the literal translation of the root word tzedek is justice, righteousness, or fairness. Participating in tzedakah is in accordance with our second principle of justice, equity, and compassion. All proceeds today will benefit BCAT. Slavery exists in our modern world, right here in Bucks County. Your donation today will go to BCAT, the Bucks County Coalition Against Trafficking, a project of NOVA. Their mission is to eradicate sex and labor trafficking in Bucks County. Funds will help support at-risk vulnerable people such as homeless youth and those with addictions, as well as immigrants with language barriers. Your dollars provide housing, education, and support with medical and legal services. Please give generously in the SADOC boxes that are being passed around
So
now.
take the box and start passing. Avi is going to bless us with a song.
So as we pass around and do our offering, our tzedakah offering, I'd like to offer you a song that I wrote that some of you might know, and it is coincidentally called Passover. But it's actually not about the holiday. You can sing it anytime. It is about those hard times, and whenever we go through hard times, it is the hope that those hard times will eventually be past, will eventually pass over us, and we will see better days again. And it goes like this. This dark cloud will soon pass over. This dark cloud will soon pass over. This dark cloud will pass and there will be sun, sun, sun. This dark cloud will soon pass over. This dark cloud will soon pass over. This dark cloud will pass and there will be sun, sun, sun. A storm's about to appear, and not a thing will be dry. But the skies, they always clear. It's just a matter of time. Let's sing it together. This dark cloud will soon pass over. This dark cloud will soon pass over. This dark cloud will pass, and there will be sun, sun. One last time, together. This dark cloud will soon pass over. This dark cloud will soon pass over. This dark cloud will pass and there will be sun, 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 sun.
Janet will now light this memorial candle, traditionally called a yahrzeit candle. Let us now pause to remember those whom we love, who are not present at our table today. By naming them, we bring their spirit to our gathering. So as we look around the room, please say aloud the name of a loved one you are remembering. I'll start over here. Okay.
Margie and Norman Weinstein, my parents.
Sue Traffickin. Or are you going to say
Okay. It is said, there is nothing new under the sun, yet nothing remains the same. The sun rises and the sun sets, yet each day and each season is fresh and new. The light of those candles right there. The light of these candles symbolizes a renewal of life, a reaffirmation of freedom. So, everybody, you have 2 holiday candles, the 2 tapers. So if somebody from each table would light the candles, and we'll say the prayer together. Okay. We light the Passover candles and say, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kadishanu b'mitzvotov, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel yom tov. And together, let us bless the light as we gather together to kindle the festival candles. With the light of liberation, let us bless life. Now you have a small candle, that's going to be our chalice. So we're going to ask you to light that too. See a small stocky candle? We're going to have you light that too.
All right, this candle is the Unitarian Universalist chalice lighting. We now light the UU chalice and say, may the festival lights we now kindle inspire us to use our powers to heal and not to harm, to help and not to hinder, to bless and not to curse, to serve the holy cause of freedom. And now, Songmeister Extraordinaire Avi Wisnia and our daughter Joanna Kelly will lead us in song.
So this is typically an opening song, and since we are at the opening of the Seder, it is always appropriate to sing this song. This is a traditional Hebrew song, but it also appears in our UU hymnal. It is a universal way of introducing each other by saying the Hebrew words, as you can see on your page, Hine matov umanaim shevet achim gam yachad, which means how wonderful it is together like siblings, like sisters and brothers, and to be together. We say that at the beginning of every gathering. It's a traditional song to sing, and certainly one that is meaningful now at this communal Seder where we are sitting together like sisters and brothers here. Wherever we come from, we are family today. So it goes like this. Jody and I will sing the melody for you, and it's a simple song, so we'll sing it a few times, and when you pick it up, follow the words in your Passover Haggadahs, these pamphlets, and join in whenever you can. Here we go. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. And we sing up high like this. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad.
The number 4 appears many times in our Seder. I'm going to refer to your apple juice as wine from here on in. So we're going to pretend it's wine. Let us fill the first 4 cups of wine. Each time we raise the glass, say the full prayer, and then drink. Spring is a season of rebirth and new life.
Let us raise our cups to signify our gratitude for life and say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam borei peri hagafen. Blessed is the source of life that creates the fruit of the vine. We give thanks for the oneness of the people of the world, that we are exalted by the life of mind, body, and spirit, and the love for freedom, that we have the gift to know what is holy and profane, what is freedom, and what is slavery. We are thankful for the occasions of joy, for festivals, and seasons of gladness. You may now drink from the first cup of wine.
Let us say the blessing that reminds us of the transitory nature of existence, of the wondrous nature of being alive. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam shehekianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. May the source of life sustain you in life. May all that is noble and true in the universe inspire your lives together and bring peace to all mankind.
It is a tradition that the participants in the Seder begin by washing their hands as an act of purification. I will wash my hands as a symbol for us all.
Hand sanitizer.
Modern. Carpus. Where's our plate? Carpus is a green vegetable, usually parsley, sometimes, and this time, celery. Carpus symbolizes the freshness of spring and renewal. Carpus is the first bite of food we eat today. The bowl of salt water symbolizes the tears and sweat of enslavement, though paradoxically, it is also symbol for purity, springtime, the mother of all life. Salt water sits on the table into which each person dips the carpus.
So you guys each take a piece of celery, and there is a cup on the table with salt water in it. We dip the vegetables in the salt water. Did you say that?
We do this to remember the tears of the Jews who once were slaves in Egypt. We remind ourselves that the tender greens of earth and the salt of the seas join together in life. May the eating of the carpus renew us as spring renews the earth.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam borei peri ha'adamah. Blessed is the power of life that creates the fruit of the earth. And now, if you haven't already, it's going to be hard to talk. You want me to do it?
Pesach always falls on the first full moon of spring. According to the Hebrew calendar, the month of Nisan is the beginning of spring, which signals a reawakening of the natural world that speaks to the human spirit of renewed hope and possibility. The natural world is freed from constraints of winter and leaps at the opportunity of new expression. The
process of reawakening is universal. This particular celebration is singularly Jewish. We allow the past to be real again so that we can avoid repeating it. Okay. Just gonna hold up the matzah. All right, guys, anybody under 18? This is really important. This matzah is very important to this ceremony. One piece is missing. And at the end of the service, while the adults are lining up for the buffet, you guys are going to look for the matzah. It's going to be a quest. You're all going to look together. And there's going to be prizes when you recover the matzah, and you have to give it back to Rich. So this is something for you to remember, okay? Hold it up again. Or give it. Ready? Lo, this is the bread of affliction, the humble and simple bread which our ancestors ate. All who are hungry, come and eat. All who are in need, come and celebrate Pesach. Now here, next year in the promised land. Now enslaved, next year free. Now, it is a very important part of the service that kids, people under 18, ask very important questions. Avi and Jody are going to do the Hebrew, but I need my 4 volunteers to come line up here, and somebody take their picture when that happens.
Oh, that's awesome.
Line up 2 on this side of the table and 2 on this side, and please somebody take their picture. Oh, honey, you can come. You want to? You can come up. Okay. All right.
Ready? So we're going to sing the Hebrew part first, and then our volunteers will explain the questions and the answers, right? Especially in Jewish tradition, it is very important to ask questions, not just to follow blindly, but especially around the Seder, we do a lot of different things. And so we ask, why do we do all these different things? What do all these weird things on the table mean? Because we don't do this all year round. So we ask these questions. We actually have a song about asking the questions. And traditionally, the youngest person in the family will ask the question. Now, in the Kelly family, Jody was the youngest until Jamie came along. In my family, I was the youngest for like 13 years until my little cousins came along, but then they didn't want to do it, so I still had to do it. So I was the youngest for like 30 years, and then it just stuck, and I'm still singing it at the Seder, even the one I did last night at my family. So let's see, by show of hands, who here in their family is like the youngest sibling? Who's the youngest? Okay. Raise your hand if you're the oldest. Raise your hand if you're a middle child. I could tell. Raise your hand if you're an only child. Yes. All right, so wherever you lie in that spectrum with your siblings, tonight we can all be the youngest children and ask these questions. In your booklets, you'll see the Hebrew translated for you so you can say the syllables with us. We start with that first line is like the big umbrella question, very important question, which means why is this night different from all other nights? And then we ask 4 separate questions that Jody will lead us in. And at the end of each one, we all sing this part that goes like this. Halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, kulo matzah. Halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, kulo matzah. And we can clap our hands. So after Jody asks the questions, we'll clap our hands. So it goes like this. I will do the big question first. Ma nishtana halayla hazeh, mikol haleilot, mikol haleilot. And now Jody will ask our first question.
Shebekol halelot, anu aklin chametzu matzah, chametzu matzah.
Now we all clap and sing. Halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, kulo matzah. Halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, kulo matzah. Question 2.
Shebekol halelot, anu aklin she'or yirakot, she'or yirakot.
And we clap. Halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, maror, maror, halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, maror, maror.
Shebecho halelot in anu mapilin afilu pamechot, afilu pamechot.
And we sing halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, shetei ve'amim. Halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, shetei ve'amim. Question 4.
Shebecho halelot anu ochlin ben yoshvin uvein mesubin, ben yoshvin uvein mesubin.
Together, halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, kulanu mesubim. Halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, kulanu mesubim.
All right, and now the fabulous children will ask the questions in English, and everyone find where we are at in the book, because we as a congregation will be answering the questions. Okay. Number 1, Mariah the Awesome.
On all the other nights we eat bread that rises our unleavened bread. Why on this night do we only eat matzah?
To remember that when Pharaoh let our ancestors go from Egypt, they were forced to flee in great haste. They could not wait for the dough to rise.
Mr. Paxton.
On all other nights we eat all kinds of herbs. Why on this night do we eat bitter herbs?
For that life of slavery is a bitter one.
And Mr. Beckett.
On all other night, we do not dip herbs even once. Why on this night do we dip twice?
We dip parsley, salty tears of sorrow, with the hope of spring, remembering that life mixes sadness and joy for all. We mix bitter herbs in the sweet mixture called charoset for people who survive the bitterness of slavery, if it is sweetened by the hope of freedom.
And last but not least, Miss Karma.
Why on all other nights we eat in sitting up, but why on this night do we recline?
At this table, we celebrate peace and contentment and the deliverance from slavery to freedom. It's our duty and privilege to retell and experience the story of the Exodus from Egypt. We are instructed to tell the story of the Exodus so that everyone can understand. People differ in the questions they ask and the answers they require, adding variety to the texture of life. We encourage the asking of questions and the meaningful search for answers. The self-centered person may ask, I've worked hard to get where I am. Why should I be concerned with anyone else?
Everyone?
If you are only for yourself, you are truly alone.
The unselfish one may ask, when there is so much suffering in the world, how can I be concerned for myself and my family?
If you are not,
You're not for yourself. Who will you be for? You too are worthy of happiness.
The person who is overwhelmed by the problems of the world may ask, how should I begin? How will I ever succeed?
It is not up to you to complete the task, but you can begin it where you see the need.
If not now, when?
And the curious person may ask, how can we, in our daily lives, put to practice the lessons we are learning here tonight?
The
we can each make a worthwhile contribution to the transformation of society. The first step is to understand.
The story of Exodus has been told and retold from generation to generation. Older people tell it to the young so that they, in turn, can tell it to those who come after. We love the children who are here today, and we are thankful for the questions that they ask.
Please fill the second cup of wine. Everybody have a little wine. The second cup of wine is dedicated to all people seeking a secure life, free of fear and persecution. We hope that they may all learn to live together in freedom and peace. Let us raise our cups in a toast to peace and freedom for all, and all say the prayer, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafim. Blessed is the source of life that creates the fruit of the vine. All right, this is the important part. This is where you guys become the leaders.
All right, you're going to be helping us up here tell the story. So we're going to pass a microphone around, and we are asking that some people volunteer. You don't have to if you don't want to, but we're going to have one paragraph per person. I'm going to start here and go this way.
3,000 years ago, Joseph came into Egypt as a stranger and became an advisor to the Pharaoh. Following Joseph's advice, the land of Egypt prospered. Joseph's people were invited to leave their land of famine in Canaan and take refuge in Joseph's adopted country. There, the Jews multiplied and lived happily for many generations.
They became so numerous that a new Pharaoh came to fear the presence of this large minority. So what did the Pharaoh do? He enslaved the Jews to secure power over them and made them work hard labor on the pyramids.
Then, to reduce their numbers, he told the midwives to kill all newborn Jewish males. Cleverly, the midwives told the Pharaoh that Jewish mothers gave birth very quickly, allowing time for them to hide the boy babies before the midwives arrived.
Miriam was 5 years old when her mother gave birth to her brother Moses. What was to be done with a baby whose cry could be heard by the neighbors? It was Miriam who suggested that her mother place him in a basket of papyrus reeds and hide him in the tall grass by the river. One day, when the Pharaoh's daughter came to the river to bathe, Miriam floated the basket downstream right under her nose. The Pharaoh's daughter was delighted with the sweet baby gurgling in his basket. "Oh, I'll raise you," she exclaimed, "but who will feed you?" And Miriam piped up from her hiding place, "I know a good woman who will nurse him." And that is how Moses was cared for by his own mother.
Moses grew up in the palace with no knowledge that he was a Jew or that the slave who nursed him was his mother. Because of his kind heart, he took pity on slaves he saw mistreated by the Pharaoh's taskmasters. Once, while trying to prevent a brutal whipping of a Hebrew slave, Moses struck an Egyptian guard and killed him.
Fearing the consequences, Moses fled and became a shepherd. One day, while grazing his flock, he had a vision of a bush that burned but was not consumed. In his heart, he heard a voice commanding him to return to Egypt, where the Jews were still enslaved, and to find a way to set them free. Because Moses stuttered, he brought his brother Aaron to speak for him, but Pharaoh refused to listen to their plea.
Let us remember that the thirst for freedom exists in all people. Many centuries after the legendary time of Moses, African people were brought to America as slaves. Those slaves longed for freedom, and they were inspired by the story of Moses and the ancient Israelites.
When the slaves in America sang, "Go Down Moses," they were thinking of their own leaders who were working to end slavery. Let us now sing this traditional spiritual. You have to sing the whole song.
When Israel was in Egypt land, let my people go. Oppressed so hard they could not stand, let my people go.
Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land. Tell old Pharaoh,
Let my people go. Thus saith the Lord, bold Moses said, let my people go. These chains of slaves will soon be gone. Let my people go.
go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land. Tell old Pharaoh to let my people go.
Let us all from bondage free.
Let my people go.
And soon may all the earth be free. Let my people go.
Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land. Tell old Pharaoh
to let my people go.
one last time. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land. Tell old Pharaoh
to let
my people go.
Moses warned Pharaoh that there would be trouble unless his plea was granted. Pharaoh refused. One terrible plague after another came upon the Egyptians.
Then Moses foretold the 10th plague, the killing of the firstborn son in each Egyptian family. To protect their sons, the Jewish parents smeared lamb's blood over their doorposts as a sign for the angel of death to pass over their houses. Only when the Pharaoh's own son died did the Pharaoh order the Israelites to leave at once.
The Jews fled in haste. As they approached the Red Sea, they saw the Pharaoh had another change of heart, for behind them, in pursuit, were the forces of the Pharaoh's army. One brave man, Noxon, walked in the sea, willing to risk his life for the promise of freedom. Then a miracle occurred. The waters of the sea parted so that the Jews walked safely to the other side. When the Pharaoh's soldiers pursued them, the waters flowed together and drowned them all.
The Jews wandered 40 years in the desert. During this time, they received the 10 Commandments. It was only those of the generation born in freedom who were able to enter Israel, the promised land of milk and honey.
At our Passover Seder, we celebrate the story of Moses and the people he led out of slavery 3,000 years ago. We celebrate the struggle of all people to be free. Throughout the centuries, the story of Moses and the exodus from Egypt has inspired Jews and non-Jews in times of persecution and hardship.
Well done, everyone.
Okay.
So now we have another very traditional song. If you're familiar with the song Luai Luai, this is that song, except it's as if Moses is speaking to Pharaoh. And you'll see in most of your booklets that will have the chorus, Pharaoh, Pharaoh, and as Moses said, "Whoa, baby, let my people go." And then this is the very important next part. Ay, 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 ay. So we're going to sing it through first, and then Jody is going to teach you some hand motions to sing. It goes like this. Pharaoh, Pharaoh, whoa, baby, let my people go. Ay, 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 ay. Pharaoh, Pharaoh, whoa, baby, let my people go. Ay, 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 ay. All right, will you watch Jody, and she will teach you the hand motions?
All right, if any kids want to come up and dance with us.
Well, let's learn the hand motions.
All right, so it goes like this. I'm forgetting when we go. Okay. This, Pharaoh, Pharaoh. Whoa, baby, let my people go. Yeah. Ay, 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 Pharaoh, Pharaoh. Whoa, baby, let my people go. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Let's try it. Pharaoh, Pharaoh. Whoa, baby, let my people go. Ay, 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 ay. Pharaoh, Pharaoh. Whoa, baby, let my people go.
Ay, ay,
All right. A burning bush told me the other day that I should go down to Egypt and say it's time to let my people be free. So listen to God if you won't listen to me. Pharaoh, Pharaoh, whoa, baby, let my people go, yeah. Ay, 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 Pharaoh, Pharaoh, whoa, baby, let my people go. Ay, 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 me and my people go into the Red Sea with all of Pharaoh's army chasing after me. I took my staff and put it in the sand. Then all the Jewish people walking on dry land. Pharaoh, Pharaoh, whoa, baby, let my people go. Ay, 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 Pharaoh, Pharaoh, whoa, baby, let my people go. Ay, 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 ay.
Important. Okay, so you notice your wine is on a little plate. There's a reason for that. While we celebrate the freedom of the Hebrew slaves, our joy, symbolized by your wine, cannot be full, since the Egyptians too are our brothers and sisters. We now you're going to dip your pinky into your wine and put a drop out onto your plate.
Each time.
Every time we say one of the plagues. We now dip our pinky into our glasses and spill out a drop on our plates as we name each plague that the Egyptians suffered. So I'm going to read the Hebrew, and you guys are going to repeat back the English. Ready? And you're going to dip out your wine as we say it. Okay, ready? Dam.
Blood.
Tsephardeia.
Frogs.
Kinim.
Lice.
Arov.
Wild beasts.
Daver.
Pestilence.
Shechin.
Boils.
Barad.
Hail.
Arbeh.
Locusts.
Choshech.
Darkness.
Makat becharot.
Slaying of the firstborn. Dayenu means it would have been enough. The Jews see Dayenu as a call to be grateful for where you are, wherever you are, knowing that it is where you're supposed to be. It is also a call for humility, balance, and moderation, or not overdoing, not overworking, or even over-celebrating. Dayenu does not mean you should rest on your laurels, far from it. Dayenu means you must appreciate where you are and what you've accomplished. It also means you need to appreciate others and the good things in your life. Each time the refrain in the song says, remember that you were a slave in Egypt. It's a call to remember humility and to be generous to strangers and to treat all others as you would wish to be treated. In short, the song says, if God just took us out of Egypt, that would have been enough. If God had just given us the Sabbath day, that would have been enough.
And that is the refrain that we sing. Dayenu, that word means it would have been enough. And this is probably the most popular, the most notorious song associated with this holiday. It's kind of like what the Dreidel Dreidel song is to Hanukkah, Dayenu is to Passover. So it's one word for the chorus, and we'll sing it together. And then Jody will sing us the verses translated into English, as you see on your page. Had God brought us out of Egypt, we say, Dayenu. Had God just given us the Sabbath day, Dayenu. Had God just given us the Torah, the Bible, Dayenu. So, Dayenu goes like this. Dayenu, 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 Jody.
Had God brought us out of Egypt, only let us out of Egypt. Had God brought us out of Egypt, Dayenu.
Here we go. Dayenu, 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 Dayenu.
Had God given us the Sabbath, only given us the Sabbath. Had God given us the Sabbath, Dayenu.
Hey! Dayenu, 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 Dayenu.
Had God given us the Torah, only given us the Torah. Had God given us the Torah, Dayenu.
Sing! Dayenu, 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 Dayenu.
You'll notice that you have a special plate with pictures of special objects on it. In our home, we actually put things there, but we decided we're just going to do the pictures for here. This is called the Seder plate, and it holds at least 6 of the ritual items that are talked about during the Seder. The matzah, roasted bone, karpas, haroset, maror, and egg. Each item has a purpose. Traditionally, these items are on the table at a Passover Seder. We have previously talked about the karpas and salt water. Perhaps the most important symbol on the Seder plate, a table, is a stack of 3 pieces of matzah, or unleavened bread. Matzah was the flat bread eaten by the Jews, made during their hasty escape from Egypt. The matzot are typically covered with a cloth. People have come up with numerous interpretations of the 3 matzot. During the struggles of Soviet Jewry, a 4th piece of matzah was added to the Seder plate to symbolize the struggles of Jews who were not yet free enough to celebrate Passover. Today, some families still use that 4th matzah as a way of remembering all people who are not yet free to celebrate as they may wish. So everyone break off a piece of matzah and eat it after the 2 blessings are said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Blessed is the source of life that brings forth bread from the earth. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotov, v'tzivanu al achilat matzah. Blessed is the spirit of sharing in which we remember and eat matzah. Eat your matzah. It's hard to read after you eat the matzah.
All right. Maror is a bitter herb which is most commonly represented by the horseradish. Bitter herbs bring tears to the eyes and recall the bitterness of slavery. The Seder refers to the slavery in Egypt, but people can also look at their own bitter enslavements, whether addiction or habit.
So together, if you can see on each table, there's some white horseradish. So you're going to place some horseradish on your matzah, and we're going to say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotov, v'tzivanu al achilat maror. Blessed is the bitterness of life that teaches us to love the sweet. So you're going to put some of that white horseradish on your matzah and take a bite. Okay. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, now do you see the apple salad? Thank you, Nancy Harvin. Apple salad is called haroset.
Haroset is a sweet salad of apples, nuts, wine, and cinnamon that represents the mortar used by the Hebrew slaves to build bricks for the Egyptians, just as we dipped our parsley in salt water to remind us the sadness of slavery. We put the haroset on our matzah and eat it to remind us to enjoy the sweetness of life. You do so there, and then you may eat the
So
haroset.
you're going to put your apple salad on your matzah. We used celery instead of parsley. You can use any kind of green. Thought the celery would taste better. And you're going to eat your harosets.
Good.
That's really good. Good job, Nancy. Okay. All right.
Now we eat some maror and haroset, bitter and sweet, together. You make a little Hillel sandwich named for Rabbi Hillel, who by putting the haroset and bitter herbs in between the two pieces of matzah, Rabbi Hillel said that slavery and freedom are merged. In times of freedom, we must not forget the bitterness of slavery. In times of oppression, we must keep alive the hope of freedom.
So you're going to take a piece of matzah, then some horseradish, then your haroset, your apple salad, and make a little sandwich. The roasted egg represents the beginning and renewal of life and reminds us of spring. The egg is also symbolic of the regular festival sacrifice performed in the days when the Holy Temple stood in Jerusalem.
The roasted shank bone commemorates the lamb sacrifice made the night the Hebrews fled Egypt. In vegetarian homes, the roasted shank bone is sometimes replaced with olives, which represents the olive branch, an international symbol of peace. Some homes use both symbols, on the Seder plate.
And now look at your table. Do you notice an orange? They're They're fresh. You can eat them, or somebody can take them home at the end. But an orange is a more recent addition to the Seder table, and it represents the inclusion of LGBTQ+ people in our community. It is a symbol that everyone in our very diverse family has a right to sit at our table. Cup of Elijah. Nope, other one. Silver one.
This cup of Elijah is for the wandering prophet Elijah, who performed many miracles. It is said that Elijah's return will herald the coming of the Messiah, who brings liberation to all people on earth. We rise and open the door. May someone open the door in the back, please, to let that wandering individual in. We open the door as a sign of welcome for Elijah and as a symbol of hospitality, friendliness, and openness to others. As our doors open, may not only the hungry come in, but also the spirit of the prophet Elijah, who, in defense of justice, challenged power. It was foretold that Elijah will usher in the coming days of righteousness by turning the hearts of all to each other. For Elijah, we set aside a special cup of wine. The spirit of Elijah inspires us to work towards a future where the world is whole and at peace, and justice and compassion reign.
So as the prophet Elijah symbolically enters the room, we feel the presence by singing this song, welcoming the prophet Elijah. And it was actually told around my Seder table when I was a kid that as we put out that cup of wine, if you look after you sing the song, you see the wine go down a little bit, as if Elijah took a sip. So join us in singing in the Hebrew on your page, Eliyahu Hanavi, Elijah the prophet. Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi, Bimera beyamenu, Yavo Eleinu, Mashiach ben David, Mashiach ben David, Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Agiladi.
Miriam's cup.
Miriam's cup sits on the table next to Elijah's cup. Oh, just shut up. This cup is filled with spring water rather than wine and honors the role of Miriam, the prophet, Moses' sister, in sustaining the Jewish people on the journey to freedom. This cup symbolizes the Talmudic story of Miriam's well, which brought water as the Israelite tribes traveled through the desert. Miriam's cup honors the motherly spirit of God that works through us all, and honors all women in our history who have nurtured and healed our people and us personally. And as you all may know, this is my favorite part. We're going to, everybody up.
It's dancing time.
We're all going to dance in a circle. So make a big circle.
Table, so you guys come on over here, and no more kids, move your coats. We're going to be dancing. Everybody, dance around.
I'm going to keep it on.
Okay.
Everybody hold hands. All right.
Mind playing for one.
Tires, over here.
Stop. choirs over here. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
All right, we're going to do a traditional Israeli dance. It's the great one. Super easy, probably all know. Right foot over left, and bring that foot out. Then right foot behind, and then bring it out. It's the great one, okay? Great, you guys are ready to do it as well. Okay, right over left, then out, and right behind left, and out. Okay.
And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one who we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long. And Miriam was a weaver of unique variety. The tapestry she wove was one which sang our history. With every thread and every strand she crafted her delight. A woman touched with spirit, she dances toward the light.
Can sing with us. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one who we've exalted. Miriam and the women dance and dance the whole night long.
As Miriam stood upon the shores and gazed across the sea, the wonder of this miracle she soon came to believe. Whoever thought the sea would part with an outstretched hand, and we would pass to freedom and march to the promised land. 1, 2, 3, 4,
And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one who we've exalted. Miriam and the women dance and dance the whole night long.
And Miriam the prophet took the timbrel in her hand, and all the women followed her just as she had planned. And Miriam raised her voice in song, she sang with praise and might. We've just lived through a miracle, we're gonna give tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4,
And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one who we've exalted. Miriam and the women dance and dance the whole night long.
one more time.
And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one who we've exalted. Miriam and the women dance and dance the whole night long.
Awesome. I'm sure at this point you're developing a thirst. Please get to your seats and we'll remedy that. Let us refill our cups. Let us refill our cups with juice or wine. We drink this third cup in gratitude for all the gifts that we've been given. The Seder reminds us of the gifts of relationships of family and friends, of our material possessions, and the greatest gift of all, the ability to challenge, question, choose, and to strive for freedom. Please raise your cup and say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Borei peri hagafen. Blessed is the source of life that creates the fruit of the vine.
Excuse me. Let us pray for all God's people, for the people who are blind and cannot see, and for those who can see but are blind to people around them. Together,
Everybody?
Spirit of life, in your mercy, help us touch each other.
For people who are deaf and cannot hear, and for those who can hear but ignore the cries of others.
Spirit of life, in your mercy, help us respond to each other. For people who are troubled in mind or spirit, and for those too proud to admit to having problems. Spirit of life, in your mercy, help us to rely on each other.
For people who learn slowly, for people who learn in different ways, and for people who learn quickly and easily, but often choose ignorance.
Spirit of life, in your mercy, help us grow in your wisdom. For people who have chronic illnesses, for which there is no known cure or relief, and for people who live in unholy fear of developing a chronic illness. Spirit of life, in your mercy, help us and heal us.
For families, friends, and caregivers who serve people with disabilities, and for those who feel awkward in their presence.
Spirit of life, in your mercy, help us see each other with your eyes. For people who think they are worthless and beyond your love, and for people who think they don't need your love.
Spirit of
Life,
life,
in your mercy, help us accept your love.
For people who feel isolated by their disabilities, and for people who contribute to that sense of isolation.
Spirit of life, in your mercy, change our lives. For all people in your creation, that we may learn to respect each other and learn how to live together in your peace. Spirit of life, in your mercy, bind us together. Amen.
Amen.
And now, towards the end of our Seder, there are a few more fun songs that we sing. This is another traditional one. And the song Chad Gad Yah, which can be sung in different languages, sometimes Hebrew, sometimes Yiddish, sometimes Aramaic, and as we'll do today, in English. This pleasant folk song describes the unhappy adventure of a little goat. Often, does anybody know what we call a baby goat? A kid, that's right. So there's this father that went to market. He did not buy a child. He bought a baby goat. But we call it a kid, yes. So in the old days, a mother or father would go to market and buy an animal for the family, for either work on their farm, for milk, for eggs, or to eat. And so this is a parable the Jewish people told about a kind father buying a goat, a baby goat, for his son. And as you'll see, a series of events happen to this goat along the way. And it's this chain of events. It reminds us of the circle of life. It also reminds us of the story of humankind and the natural world. Sometimes it can seem ever at war with itself. Like we're constantly surrounded by violence. And like that times might seem like the natural way of things. But at the end comes the Almighty, the Spirit of life, bringing peace. And we remember that in the end, peace is the goal. So the chorus goes like this. In Hebrew, we say, Chad Gad Yah, an only kid, one little baby goat. Chad Gad Yah, Chad Gad Yah. Try that. Chad Gad Yah, Chad Gad Yah. My father bought for 2 zuzim. Chad Gad Yah, Chad Gad Yah. Now I will sing the verse about the adventures that happened to this kid. And at the end, we can all sing Chad Gad Yah together. And the part is not only do more and more things happen, but we sing it faster and faster. So if you want to try and keep up, follow along in your Haggadah pamphlets. Then came a cat and chased the kid my father bought for 2 zuzim. Together. Chad Gad Yah, Chad Gad Yah. Then came a dog and bit the cat that chased the kid my father bought for 2 zuzim. Chad Chad, Gad, Yah, Chad, Gad, Yah. Then came a stick and hit the dog that bit the cat that chased the kid my father bought for 2 zuzim. Chad, Gad, Yah, Chad, Gad, Yah. Then came the fire and burned the stick that hit the dog that bit the cat that chased the kid my father bought for 2 zuzim. Chad, Gad, Yah, Chad, Gad, Yah. Then came the water that quenched the fire that burned the stick that hit the dog that bit the cat that chased the kid my father bought for 2 zuzim. Chad, Gad, Yah, Chad, Gad, Yah. Then came an ox that drank the water that quenched the fire that burned the stick that hit the dog that bit the cat that chased the kid my father bought for 2 zuzim. Chad, Gad, Yah, Chad, Gad, Yah. Then came the butcher that slaughtered the ox that drank the water that quenched the fire that burned the stick that hit the dog that bit the cat that chased the kid my father bought for 2 zuzim. Chad, Gad, Yah, Chad, Gad, Yah. Then came the Almighty, bringing peace. Chad, Gad, Yah, Chad, Gad, Yah. That slaughtered the butcher that slaughtered the ox that drank the water that quenched the fire that burned the dog that bit the dog that bit the cat that gave the kid my father bought for 2 zuzim. Chad, Gad, Yah, Chad, Gad, Yah. Do another one?
Yeah, I want to do it.
There's also another song that has lots of different versions. And of course, we're going to do a really fun one. And this one is, I believe, not in your pamphlets, but you can follow.
Oh, it is. Maybe on the back page.
It is?
Who knows one?
Oh, do we have a who knows one?
I do. Does anybody else? On the back of your book? Who knows
No.
one?
Oh.
sorry.
You got a special.
I got a special book. All right, next.
Okay, so you can just follow with me, and basically, this is one where you kind of go around the table, and it's based on these 13 attributes. And of course, in Judaism, 13 is a very important number. That is the age when a child becomes an adult, known as a bar or bat mitzvah. And 13 are also these attributes that are, considered worthy and moral. And also, so we kind of go through and list 13 things that are meaningful. And before each one, we list each one and we ask, who knows number 1? Who knows number 2? And so I will ask and you will answer and we'll say it together. And it goes like this. For instance, who knows 1? And you will say, I know one. And one is our God, one is our God, one is our God, in the heaven and the earth, na 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 na. So that's your very important part, is to go, na 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 na. Can we try that? Na 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 na. That's right. Now, just like the previous song, each time we add another number and see if you can remember the previous one. So let's do, when we get to 1, we say, one is our God, one is our God, one is our God, in the heaven and the earth, na 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 na. And that just means that, like, one is our God, that everything in the world is one whole, a part of one whole. Everything is connected and comes back together. We are interconnected. So, here we go. Who knows 2?
I know 2.
2 are the tablets that Moses brought. And one is our God, one is our God, one is our God, in the heaven and the earth.
Na, 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 na.
That's right. Who knows 3?
I know 3.
3 are the papas. Two are the tablets that Moses brought. And one is our God, one is our God, one is our God, in the heaven and the earth. Na, 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 na. Who knows four?
I know four.
Four are the mamas, three are the papas, two are the tablets that Moses brought, and one is our God, one is our God, one is our God, in the heaven and the earth. Na, 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 na. Okay, so who knows five?
I know five.
Five are the books of Torah. Four are the mamas, three are the papas, two are the tablets that Moses brought, and one is our God, one is our God, one is our God, in the heaven and the earth. Na, 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 na. Who knows six?
I know six.
Six are the books of Mishnah. Five are the books of Torah. Four are the mamas, three are the papas, two are the tablets that Moses brought, and one is our God, one is our God, one is our God, in the heaven and the earth. Na, 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 na. Who knows seven?
I know seven.
Seven are the days of a week. Six are the books of Mishnah. Five are the books of Torah. Four are the mamas, three are the papas, two are the tablets that Moses brought, and one is our God, one is our God, one is our God, in the heaven and the earth. Na, 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 na. Who knows eight?
I know eight.
Eight are the days to a brit. Seven are the days in a week. Six are the books of Mishnah. Five are the books of Torah. Four are the mamas, three are the papas, two are the tablets that Moses brought, and one is our God, one is our God, one is our God, in the heaven and the earth.
Na, 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 na.
Oh, there's more. Who knows nine?
I know nine.
Nine are the months before a baby is born. Eight are the days to a brit. Seven are the days in a week. Six are the books of Mishnah. Five are the books of Torah. Four are the mamas, three are the papas, two are the tablets that Moses brought, and one is our God, one is our God, one is our God, in the heaven and the earth. Na, 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 na. Who knows 10?
I know 10.
Okay, now for this one you have to pretend you're a cowboy. 10 are the commandments. Can you do that with us? Here we go. 10 are the commandments. That was very convincing. 9 are the months for a baby is born. 8 are the days to a brit. 7 are the days in a week. 6 are the books of Mishnah. 5 are the books of Torah. 4 are the mamas. 3 are the papas. 2 are the tablets that Moses brought. And one is our God. One is our God. One is our God. In the heaven and the earth. Who knows 11?
I know 11.
11 were the stars in Joseph's dreams. 10 are the commandments. 9 are the months for a baby is born. 8 are the days to a brit. 7 are the days in a week. 6 are the books of Mishnah. 5 are the books of Torah. 4 are the mamas. 3 are the papas. And 2 are the tablets that Moses brought. And one is our God. One is our God. One is our God. In the heaven and the earth. Who knows 12?
I know 12.
12 are the tribes of Israel. 11 were the stars in Joseph's dream. 10 are the commandments. 9 are the months for a baby is born. 8 are the days to a brit. 7 are the days in a week. 6 are the books of Mishnah. 5 are the books of Torah. 4 are the mamas. 3 are the papas. 2 are the tablets that Moses brought. And one is our God. One is our God. One is our God. In the heaven and the earth. Last one. Who knows 13?
I know 13.
13 are the ways that we talk about God. 12 are the tribes of Israel. 11 were the stars in Joseph's dream. 10 are the commandments. 9 are the months for a baby is born. 8 are the days to a brit. 7 are the days in a week. 6 are the books of Mishnah. 5 are the books of Torah. 4 are the mamas. And 3 are the papas. And 2 are the tablets that Moses brought. And one is our God. One is our God. One is our our God in the heaven and the earth. Na 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 na.
We
Nicely done.
so close to being done. Thank you, Avi and Jody. And if anyone wants to discuss what a breed or Mishnah or any of those terms you didn't understand, that's your man right there. I'm going to talk about the afikomen again, that piece of matzah that you guys are going to look for, but we're not going to do it till the end of the Seder. Okay?
It's already gone.
It's
hidden
gone.
somewhere.
Magically, Elijah must have done it because somehow it is no longer here on my table. It's somewhere.
We need a quest.
And we need a quest, meaning we're not going to have you compete against each other. We're all going to work together because we're UUs. Okay?
No.
All right.
I don't think so.
It's different. In my house, it's kid against kid, man. Manny man. What is it?
Dog eat dog world.
Dog eat dog. I don't know. Okay. Closing thoughts. See how close we are.
Once again, we have recited the tale of escape from bondage. We have reflected upon our history and sought to find its relevance to our lives today. Now, let us allow the power of Passover story to enter our everyday lives. Now we read together the blessing and gratitude for the freedom that has been granted to our ancestors and to us, and in thankfulness for the earth's bounties of which we eat. Let us go forth from this place committed anew to the cause of liberty for all people everywhere, that next year we may celebrate a world made better by our efforts. May our togetherness today and our understanding of the interdependence of everything on earth inspire us to work with passion and a joy for a better world. May we celebrate Passover next year in a world of peace. Amen.
Amen.
Please fill the last cup of grape juice or wine. The fourth cup symbolically represents working for progressive change, to bring about improvement of the world, for justice and for peace. We dedicate ourselves to improving the world. We raise our cup and say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Borei pari hagafen. Blessed is the source of life that creates the fruit of the vine. All right, thank you for attending the Passover Seder for Freedom at the UUFLB. We're going to be collecting the Haggadahs for future Seders.
So actually, could you guys pass them over so that they're all at the ends of the table?
And try not to burn them on the way.
Or spill wine.
And as we say thank you, I would like to give a big thank you to the Kelly family, to Rich and Janet for putting this together today and for leading it and organizing it. They do a wonderful job.
Thank you, Avi, but I need to thank my UU friends for putting all of that beautiful table and all of the lunch together. So
A lot of people put this together.
And I couldn't do it without you guys.
Yeah, we couldn't do it without you.
Jody, you know it makes me happy when you're here.
Oh yes, and to Jody for giving us some musical assistance today. It is always wonderful singing harmony and having Jody lead us.
All right, we are thankful for this nourishing meal, for this wonderful and loving company, and for this moment in our lives.
L'chaim.
L'chaim, and let's see.
Except for the kids.
The kids, come on up here.
Everybody under 17, come up here. We're going to search for the afikomen like an Easter egg hunt, but not. Hey, okay, is there video? Okay.